Hey everyone, welcome back. So in this video, we are going to learn about functions. So what are functions? So function is a block of code which executes only when it is called. Alright, so there might be a scenario where you want to execute a particular code only when it meets a particular condition. So at that time, functions comes into role. So function can be executed by two methods. First is by calling them and second by passing the arguments. Both of them are going to be covered in this video. Alright, let me jump to Visual Studio Code and let me create a new file and I'll name it as funct.py and let me close the previous file. And yeah, so in order to define a function we make use of a def keyword. All right, and now the name of the function, so here I'll name it as hello. So here, by doing this particular stuff, you define a function, right? When you press enter, you just have to make sure that you are following the indentation provided by Visual Studio Code. If it doesn't follow, it will throw the error. So for now, we are just going to print a hello world message. Hello from function. All right. And now when you execute this particular program, you will get nothing. All right. You will get that the program execution has been done, but you won't see anything into the console. Why? Because you haven't called the function, right? In order to call the function, you'll just have to do one thing. Just type the name of the function, which is this, and opened and closed by the round brackets. All right. By doing so, your hello world will be printed over the console. Okay, coming up to the next part. Let us create another function for this. Let me comment this stuff out. All right, let us create another function. Okay, now let's say you want to create a function such that it accepts two values from the user and it prints the sum, the addition of two numbers, right? So I'll do just one thing. I'll create a function named addition. Okay, and now I'll do just one thing. I'll need few values from the user. So in order to do that, here I'll be creating two round brackets and here a pair of round bracket, and here I'll be accepting two values. So that would be A and B. Okay. And then what I'll be doing one thing that I'll add to number and store into the variable C. And then I'll print the value C over here. Okay. So now when you execute the program, you will get nothing. See, but in order to call this particular function, you have to do something like this. And when you call this function, it will ask you for two values. So here I'll type 4 and in the B I'll pass 5. So what would be the exact nature of this particular program? It will pass the value of 4 over A and value of 5 over B. Okay, and then it will do the addition, that is 4 plus 5, and it will store the value 9 over C, and then it will print the value C over the console. Let us run this program. So as you can see, we are getting 9 over here. Okay, let us modify this program and let us change the addition to subtraction. Okay, subtraction. And I'll change the operator over here to negative, and 4 minus 5 would be negative 1. And when I execute the particular program, we are getting this issue. Why? Because we haven't changed the name of the function over here. So here I'm supposed to call subtraction, and the value I'm passing would be 4 and 5. Okay, now when I execute the program, it is giving me minus 1, right? Okay, let us create another function. See, the keyword followed by name of the function. Here we are going to create a multiply function. And what are the values that we want to accept from the user? That would be A and B, since we want two values from the user. And what are the operation that we want to do? It would be A into B. And then we want to print the value over the console, and it would be C. And then in order to call the function, we are just going to do one thing, that is multiply and followed by the value. Then 3, and here it would be 4. Okay, and our expectation from the output would be 12. See, now if you want to do it for three numbers, then you can definitely do it. Let's find the last program. So we'll do one thing, that we'll calculate the cube of a number, right? So define define cube, and here I want three values from the user. Okay, and then I want to calculate in such a way that in uh, D I'm storing the value of A into A into A. What we can do, we can just, if we want to calculate a cube of any number, we just take one argument from the user and we'll multiply it three times. Okay, and then we'll print D over here. So print D, and now when I call cube, I'll just pass 3. So 3 cube is 27. What is the flow of this program? So first of all, we have defined a function, and here we are accepting one value from the user A. Okay, let's say user entered 3 over here. So what will happen? So 3 will be multiplied 3 times. That is 3 3s are 9 and 9 3s are 27. Okay, and that 27 would be stored to D and D will be printed over the console. Now when I execute this program, you can see 27 is printed over here. And when I change the value, okay, it will give me the output as 125. So in short, why we use function? In order to reduce the length of code, right? So let's say if you want to print the code for finding out the cube for 6, so you don't need to worry about that I have to write the entire code for 3 lines, right? You just have to define one function and just call the function multiple times. Let's say what I'll do, I'll call cube one more time, and I this time I want cube for 6. Okay, so I don't have to worry that I need to write that code once again, right? Because it is already written. We are just passing the values over there, and hence we are getting the output. See, so for 5 and this is for 6. All right, so it can be called multiple times. There is no limit for it. Okay, see, I'll call it, I can call it multiple times. So for cube of 7 and this is cube of 8, and when I execute the program it will give me the output. See, all right, so functions are used to reduce human effort. Hence we just define a function and just write the logic, and hence we can just pass the values and we can get the output over here. Okay, hope you got today's lecture, and if you face any issue just let me know. All right, thank you and have a great day.